What's going on, y'all? I'm Brandon Atlanta Man Bang, coming to you live right here, Coach's Corner, the center of the universe. Another episode of Rubbin' and Grubbin'. Rubbin' is racing, grubbin' is tasting. Man, I hope everybody's having a good Wednesday. We're going to go over that race there at Iowa, the inaugural at Cup Series race at Iowa. But getting right into it, man, we're going to start it out with the word of the day. Lauren's going to throw a word up. Every time I say it, take a sip of your favorite adult beverage. Last week's word was end of the day, which I say that quite often when I'm on the show. So if you played along, probably had a pretty good buzz by the end of it. Love to say it. It's age appropriate, under 21, Red Bull, sweet tea, something sugary, man. Eat candy every time I say it. I don't give a damn what y'all do, man. This week's word is going to be, I have no idea, but every time I say it, take a sip of your favorite adult beverage, y'all. So getting into the NASCAR news, hey man, young Ryan Blaney comes home victorious there. The inaugural race there at Iowa had like 80 friends and family members in the stands, so what a win to do that in front of a big group of people you care about. I tell you what, it was a pretty good race, man. I enjoyed watching it. Hopefully this becomes a staple on the schedule. Maybe even race there twice a year if you can sell it out the way they did this past year. I tell you what, it's got to be pretty good weather up there some point in time, spring, fall, before it starts snowing. I mean, you can get up there. Summertime, we saw some temps get up, but at the end of the day, that's going to be anywhere we go. But big congrats to Ryan Blaney, man. So big news, like I say, as always, Martin Truex Jr. is set to retire at the end of this year. Who's going to take the ride, man? I know a lot of young drivers, again, with Stewart-Haas shutting down, got some good sponsorship behind them, even in the Xfinity Series, man. Who is going to be the person that fills the shoes of the 19? I mean, we all know Joe Gibbs Racing is great equipment to get into. You know, my opinion on it, I think they need to go out and find somebody that's established in the Cup Series, that's had some years, already got their feet wet, going to take care of the equipment. Maybe not necessarily go out and compete for wins off the bat, but at least not wreck your equipment. Now, there again, it might be time to move somebody up, but that's going to make that stable very young. Hamlin's going to retire in the next few years, if not go drive his own, you know, for his own 2311 team. We'll see what happens, but I think sponsorship talks and bullshit walks, y'all. So whoever's got the sponsorship dollars coming in, I think that's who you'll see in the seat of that 19 next year for sure. Kyle Busch catching a little heat as always for an interview he gave asking if he would ever return to Gibbs. You know, look, at the end of the day, man, again, I just said it, money talks and BS walks, and at the end of the day, I mean, he's trying to rebuild RCR to being competitive again. Last year was a light little glimpse of it. This year, probably the worst season that man's had in his whole career. But at the end of the day, when you talk Joe Gibbs or Hendricks, and he said he would go back to either one, you know, if they offered it. I mean, and I think he was just hypothetically speaking. And he even said next year I'll be back at RCR. But when you rank them, I mean, it's Hendricks, Gibbs, RCR for sure. So can't blame him. You can hate him. You can hate on it. But at the end of the day, he's telling the truth there, man. If you haven't yet, y'all, go out, like, share, follow, all that social media out there. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Lawrence does a great job, but most of all, hit that YouTube channel, subscribe. We're still giving away the Alex Bowman helmet. We're climbing a couple subscribers every week, man. Not too bad. We're going to come up with something here, like I say, Alex Bowman wins, or we get down to the playoffs. Before the end of the playoffs, we'll give this helmet away for sure. So subscribe if you're new. Hashtag Alex Bowman the show, or Alex the Showman Bowman. Hey man, you get a chance to win it. It's going to be a great little gift for the man cave, or if you know a Bowman fan, something to give away, man. So subscribe, y'all. Daniel Suarez, man, officially an American citizen. So big congratulations out there to Daniel Suarez, man. Love it. You know what I mean? We'll see. He gets the right to vote. We'll see which way he votes. And at the end of the day, hey man, pretty good run there at Iowa for the 99 too. Not too bad, but glad to see him get that citizenship, and hey, welcome to America, man, as far as the citizen goes, man. Love that. So, new little tire combo for New Hampshire, y'all, and this might be something good or it might be something bad. I really hope it doesn't turn into Bristol and having the blowouts, but we'll see, man. New Hampshire's been a really good race over the past couple seasons, and we'll see which direction we lean with this, but I think it's good to throw drivers a little, you know, screwball, man. Have them something new to figure out. Setup's going to depend on a lot. But we'll see what happens and how many sets they get and how they use them up. But going to be interesting there in New Hampshire this week for sure. Got to give a big shout out to congrats to Sam Mayer there winning that Xfinity race there at Iowa as well. I tell you what, I won a little bit of money sitting down, hanging out, having a few cold beers after work. About 26 ago, I looked up and said, $5 bet, anybody wants it, I'll take Sam Mayer. And I got 20 out the deal, man. Watching lap times, they didn't realize, I guess I was sitting there watching the race while they were talking, drinking beer. But at the end of the day, I knew where I was headed. Good little win there for a young driver, and got a lot of talent, man. So good win for Sam Mayer for sure. So getting right into that checkered flag for charity, y'all. You guys, if you're new to tuning in, the way we do this is whatever car number wins, we donate into the checkered flag for charity. Obviously, young Ryan Blaney in that 12, Lawrence's man, Ford cuss words, man. I'm going to throw $21 in there just because he's throwing up the Ford symbol. Anything under Christopher Bell always goes in, $21 more. I think we're up to like almost $1,400 on the year as far as this segment goes. Hey, man, you guys got to come out, show out to the Sound Garden. Going to have a cooler this weekend. Got some more cool stuff coming up for the 4th of July. Going to be giving away a firework package here right around that weekend. So if you guys are looking for something to do, man, you need to come up here, throw in, win you a good little firework package, man. That'll be here maybe not this weekend, but probably next weekend for the Yacht Club. It'll be up here. So got a chance to have a good little 4th there for sure. So getting into that who's hot and who's not, but got to give a big shout out to my main man, Parker Eccles out there, Arbor man, owner, operator, locally owned, locally operated, fully insured. Hey man, going to take care of all your tree service needs. Doesn't matter if it's full tree removal, limbs cut back, stump grinding. Make sure you give Parker a call over there at Arbor man. As I always like to say, no job too big, too small. Give Parker a call, baby. Love you, dude. So in case y'all hadn't heard, I'm just going to let y'all know, Chase the Bulldog Elliott is leading the regular seasons, baby. He is #1 on the hot list. Has not finished outside the top 20. Only driver in the sport not to finish outside the top 20 this year. 4th in the playoffs, 1st in regular season. Hey, man, I love it. I'll take it. Those wins are coming. Mark my words, baby. That 9's getting hot, and it's just in time, man. I love it. 2 for me, another HMS Motorsports guy, William Byron, man. 2nd place finish there at Iowa. Again, keeps the ball rolling in the right direction. Hadn't had the fall off that he had last year. Still contending for those wins. Still getting those consistent finishes. 24 might win that 24 championship, man. Be on the lookout. Last but not least, I felt like I got to give this man some due. Old Todd Gilliland out there, baby. I tell you what, that 38 car has been looking really good over the last few years. Another Ford, but been looking really good over the last few weeks, man. I think a 12th place finish there at Iowa. Had that top 10 there at Sonoma. Man, for that equipment that he has, I'm telling you, he's running the hell out of that car. So anybody got an open seat, a little bit better than that one, better be looking at Todd Gilliland, man. The kid's got some skill for sure. So getting into the who's not, Kyle Busch still hasn't the most dismal season the man's ever had in his whole career. I feel like, I don't know how many DNFs that is, but it feels like almost every week DNF for Kyle Busch. Hate it. Maybe he'll heat up. Summertime has not always been the best of Kyle Busch. Sometimes he hits the slump. We'll see if he can rebound here throughout these hot months and make a stride for that playoffs. But right now, he's got to win to get in, man. He's going to have to win it because you got some guys out there that are striving, pulling away. Gonna have to get some playoff points too. Otherwise, yeah, you might make it, but round of 12 might be as far as you go, man. Legacy Motor Club, cold as hell as well. I tell you, I expected better things after that switch to Toyota, out of Eric Jones and out of John Hunter Nemechek. But at the end of the day, they are struggling, man. They've got to get the ship righted. Even if you don't have a car in the playoffs at the end of the year, at least make a strive to better yourself and find some more consistency and speed because they are just way off, man. And as always, y'all, NASCAR STDs, EVs, and mufflers, man. You can't have either one of those in the sport, man. You got to get that out of here, man. So getting into the next segment, the Iowa recap, man. I tell you what a great inaugural race there at Iowa for the Cup Series. Took 20 years to get us there for a Cup Series, which after watching that race on Sunday, I have no idea why. That was a good race, great short track there. A lot of different strategies, a lot of cautions, a lot of side-by-side racing. Restarts were crazy. I think it had everything you want to see out of a short track for sure, man. So, at the end of the day, hopefully it stays on the schedule. Maybe even move it around, maybe even get 2 dates in the next few years. I mean, if they keep selling it out the way they did this past weekend, why not? That's all you ask for, man. Good sellout crowd and great racing. So good show there at Iowa. And congrats and hats off to Rusty, man. A lot of hard work put in that, a lot of years. And I think it's finally really starting to pay those dividends for him, too. So big shout out to Rusty Wallace out there, man. I tell you what, Ryan Blaney, as I said, got the victory, took home the checkered flag. Lawrence is loving it. Ford's getting hot. Love the fact that every time he wins, he finds a young fan out there in the stands to take home that checkered flag. I mean, what a great piece of memorabilia and memory for you to have as a young fan of NASCAR or Ryan Blaney. So big hats off to him on that, and congratulations on that win, baby. Hey, in the playoffs, ready to roll now. Larson, damn, where did I even start? Kyle Larson looked good, man. I promise you, had the fastest car on the pole. Pit strategy was going to play off, but I think he got a little bit too hungry. He said it himself. Could have been a little more patient. Not, I'm going to say, of his doing, but it happens. And good race car wrecked up, and at the end of the day, horrible finish, but he can afford it. No big deal there. Kyle Busch, again, horrible. Said something broke, you know, in. They might have had it fixed. Broke the belt for the power steering or what, I don't know what the hell they broke. Anyway, something else for Kyle Busch to say that they did. But at the end of the day, sorry, y'all, I'm getting text messages from somebody. Yeah, thank you for that. But at the end of the day, it's an amazing season for Kyle Busch. Not really, but I love to see it. You know, Sean probably doesn't love to see it, but I love to see it. I could care less whether he makes it or not. Writing's on the wall, man. That career is nose diving, man. Yeah, Samantha better hawk to it on it is what she better do.
You gotta give him that hawk to it and spit on that thing.
Get a little recharge in that battery, if you know what I mean, man. Big shout out there to Josh Berry, another top 10, Ricky Stenhouse as well. And again, as I said, Todd Gillen, Justin Haley, all those guys had really good finishes. And I say I love to see those somewhat underfunded teams having really good runs, or young drivers having good runs, and they showed up, man. And I tell you what, I think we're seeing the quality of the sport now and the equipment really show dividends. Maybe not week in and week out, but we're seeing some of these younger drivers, smaller funded teams be able to figure out a way to compete and get that track position and still run with the big boys, man, and I love that. Again, all in all, amazing race for me. Restarts were crazy, a little bit of different strategy, had your cautions, had your craziness. I love it, man. I'd like to see Iowa 2 races a year. To be honest, they sell out like that. Why not, man? We had New Hampshire forever, too. Depends on what comes back, what goes in, what goes out. But at the end of the day, Iowa's a staple. Put that on the schedule every year. I'd rather see that than North Wilkesboro, to be honest with you. That's just my opinion on it.
Finish repaving or keep it like it is?
Right now, keep it like it is. I wouldn't say repave it right now. Right now, keep it like it is. So we'll see what happens, but right now, keep it like it is until we get to a point where you got to, man. So getting into New Hampshire, another great short track, back-to-back week, short track racing, man. Going to be a lot of fun. Short run car, long run car, tire wear, all is going to come into play, man. Martin Truex Jr., yeah, coolest trophy you get, the lobster. Hey, man, you got to hold that down for sure. So make sure you hold that down 100%. But coming in, Martin Truex Jr., 2023 winner. We'll see who can come and get it. Tune in Sunday. But if not, at the end of the day, make sure, man, you're coming up to Savannah's Best Place for NASCAR right here at Coach's Corner, y'all. We're going to combine that money line, y'all. Running a little bit late. At the end of the day, I got to get out of here. We're cutting into my stuff. Top 5, Larson. You got to look out for Chase Elliott. Got to look out for Christopher Bell, Denny Hamlin, William Byron. Those are my top 5 dark horses. 17 and 54, baby. Got to have it going. So cutting it in, hard right turn, baby. Got to give a big shout out to Lamar's Body Shop. At the end of the day, 35 plus years taking care of Savannah's auto collision needs. I tell you what, man, really best full auto collision service in Savannah. Make sure if you're looking for something to do, take that car up there to Lamar and his team. 2301 Skidaway Road. Hop, skip, and a jump away from Coaches. Kind of a win-win. But again, 2301 Lamar's Body Shop, the best in the business. Why settle for par? Go see Lamar, baby. So another youth movement in NASCAR? I have no idea, man, but it seems like we're leaning that way. We got some guys retiring. Truex is out. Writing's on the wall for Kyle Busch. Denny Hamlin's got a few more years if he wants it. There's young drivers. I think Stuart Haas shutting down. You got young drivers there. You got young drivers in Xfinity looking for that chance to move up. Not a lot of seats, I would say, opening up with that team folding. But at the end of the day, there's a good one out there. And we're going to see what candidates come in. I think Toyota's going to stay, obviously, inside that Toyota camp. Who can move over? I don't think they'll go and lure somebody away. Maybe they will. Maybe I'm wrong. But at the end of the day, they better do something, man, because a lot of older guys, veterans that we've known. Harvick's gone, Truex is gone, Hamlin's coming, Busch isn't far away from it, I'm sure. Got some other guys going in and out, so we'll see what happens, but at the end of the day, I definitely think another youth movement is coming within the next 2 to 4 years in NASCAR. You're going to see guys in their mid-30s, early 30s being the older guys, right? It's going to be interesting to see, but next few years, it's going to be a young sport again. So getting into the grubbing, baby, is one of my favorite things. I did this for me tonight. I am hungry. I apologize, y'all, but it's all about what I want tonight, and I got it, man. The Grand Slam burger. It ain't the home run. It's a Grand Slam. I did the home run a couple weeks ago. We got 2 half-pound patties. We got the bacon. We got the homemade chips, onion, lettuce, tomato, mustard. I don't throw mayonnaise on mine. You can't do that. Ketchup. I'm probably going to throw some hot sauce on this bad boy, maybe a little ranch ghost habanero when I get home. It's going to be on, man. If you haven't, come out to Coach's, get a bite to eat. It is some amazing food. The kitchen staff is great. They will do anything within means to make sure you get exactly what you want out of it. So again, if you haven't, come out to Coach's, check it out, y'all. Coach's news, man. Demasi is off tonight. He had a family thing he had going on, so he's not going to be doing that live tonight. So that's going to do it for me tonight. Short little show on rubbing and grubbing. Hopefully next week we'll get it in. We'll slow it down a little bit, but I hope everybody out there has a great Wednesday. I love you guys. Make sure you're tuning in. Subscribe to that YouTube channel. Throw it down. More subscribers we get, hopefully the more money we raise, y'all. And as always, love each other, man. Help somebody out this week. That's the goal for anybody watching. Do something small, whether it's monetary or whether it's taking your time out. Do something great for somebody this week. If we all give a little bit of time to do something that helps somebody else out, it's all going to come around, baby. The world's going to be a better place. So love you guys. Boom. Till next week, I'm out, y'all.